Hello, good day everyone, and welcome again to, of course, my, for now, we'll just call this one an introduction video because this is, of course, will be officially the first of my, the very first video that I'll be making as a vlog or as a VTuber. Now, of course, let's start with the introduction first because this is going to be my, like I said, very first video, official video as a VTuber and not on IRL. So for starters, we'll just call me Operator 214. And honestly, I still haven't come up with a name appropriate for my VTube model, but I've already got some ideas because I am basically just borrowing, Japanese VTubing traditions. Of course, I could just simply name my, VTube character model to a Japanese name or something in combination with, but of course, as you can see, which is obvious, I am of course a Filipino, so I'll be just of course be borrowing some some aspects of the Japanese VTubing and create something new out of it, hopefully. So anyway, but for now I'm just gonna call myself Operator 214, and that will be my of course name designation for now. Until I came up, of course, or until such time I will come up with an appropriate name for my VTube model. I come up with a number of ideas, but for now it is still, of course, I haven't officially decided yet. So right now, I'm kind of excited right now since this, like I said, will be of course my official introduction video that I'm doing as a VTuber and not in IRL or in real life. Now, originally I started out as an IRL VTuber or YouTuber, and way back a long time ago. And of course, I transitioned now as a VTuber. Now, my IRL exploits date back as far as 2003 or 2003, back then when YouTube didn't existed yet. And of course I was doing some blogging, but back then blogging was mostly just done on a text-based website. Of course, some of you, I'm not sure if some of you are old enough to remember those blog sites. Remember Blogger or well, there's a lot of blogging sites, but I use Blogger. But of course Blogger later on was acquired by Google. Now, the original site of my text-based blog site still exists for now, but unfortunately it hasn't been updated yet for a very long time. And to make matters worse, I can no longer remember the password on how to access it. Well, back then it was blogging was mostly based more like a diary type of blogging thing. Now, you would ask, what's the main reason why I transitioned as a VTuber from IRL? Well, mostly the main reasons of it is because of practicality and of course security reasons. It's more like, think of it as more like an added security feature on my videos to prevent doxing and leaking of private informations. As well, it's been a very problematic for not only on VTubers but also on IRL YouTubers. The persistent problems that making making videos. Sometimes there's a possibility that your private information might be leaked. And in some cases, since I am also a Filipino, aside from leaking of information, that's not the only problem I'll be facing. There's also a possibility that free speech laws, let's just say, is different on the Western world and different on the Philippines. Now, if you don't have any idea, the free speech thing on the Philippines is very similar to Japan. And in some cases, yeah, it's exactly very similar to Japan, where in some cases it doesn't matter if you're speaking the truth or not, but if there's some form of malice, or they just say that they didn't like the way you're speaking or commenting on a certain specific subject, you could get sued for it. So that's the same thing. Yeah, that's one reason why I got also into VTubing, since of course when it comes to those free speech laws, unfortunately Philippines and Japan are very much the same, and it's very different from the Western world. But anyway, going back, before I started out, of course, on IRL YouTubing, originally I do really wanted to be in VTubing way earlier. But of course, the tech used in VTubing wasn't available yet for me during that time, or basically I was not, to simply put, I do not have the cash or financial capacity means to buy the equipment during that time, of course. So what happened was that my plan was going to VTubing was left in the storage for several years, until such time that I have the technological capacity and capability to be making one. So it's more like in a storage for several years, and it only came, it came only to my attention, of course, recently when I bought a new computer that is, of course, capable enough to handle VTubing programs. Now, aside from that, I got a lot of helpful information on how to be a VTuber from the videos I watch on fellow VTubers, of course, in YouTube, and that's one of the main things why I got the idea on how to, of course, successfully make a VTube videos. So I figured out that VTubing was, of course, not really that expensive, and you just have to have a lot of skill, of course, and some, well, equipment like what I do have. So I can say that my skills as a VTuber is average or below average, but at least it's sufficient enough to make videos. And of course, when it comes to hardware equipment, I just recently acquired some this equipment that I'm using is still crude in some ways, but sufficient enough to, of course, make a VTubing video. Now, of course, when making designs on of course, when you're doing VTubing, you also have to worry about designs. Now, how did I create this design, which of course inspired me? Now, first off, I took a look on a couple of reference characters to base with, mostly on anime, since of course VTubing is originally from Japan. So I based my character design, of course, on VTubing. And of course, as we all know, it's best we make a lot of references, characters to base with, and yeah, it's best that we make a lot of reference, because it would be much more well, let's just say that it would be much more comfortable making a lot of references than just basing your character on a single reference, just to ensure that we don't get accused of plagiarism or simply being a copycat of a certain of course character. We don't want that due to, of course, copyright reasons. We're also aware of that, and on my case, I'm also aware of it, very well aware of it. And yeah, going back, sorry. I got lost on the topic, of course. But anyway, my character design is now, of course, character lore is based on a number of references, mostly, of course, on the mecha franchise genre in the anime. Some of these examples would be Hiroyuki from Gundam Wings. Of course, from the clothes that I'm wearing, I just kind of based it on him. He's just wearing basically a tank top and a cycling short. So okay, so I kind of borrow it directly because he's also wearing, incidentally, a green tank top and, of course, black cycling shorts. So yeah, I know, but of course that's a generic thing. Of course, clothes don't have copyright, so I can get away with that. Anyway, aside from that, I also base my militaristic aesthetics design from Metal Gear Solid. Of course, everybody knows about Metal Gear Solid video franchise. It's kind of cool. I kind of highly recommend it to anybody who's watching. It's a very good military sci-fi drama or something like that in anime. But anyway, I consider it anime because Japanese is, of course, it's mostly themed as a US, but it's mostly, Japanese made it, so I would consider that technically to be an anime. Anyway, going back, also one more reference that I came with. This one's I'm just mentioning the notable ones, of course, or have a large portion of my inspirations. When it comes to behavior or character design, I'll probably have to base it mostly on, of course, everybody knows 9S, the teenager android on the Nier Automata, franchise series. It's I think Yoko Taro was the one who made that, I guess, but it's based on 9S because I think it's kind of cool, to be honest. Well, originally I wanted it to be, of course, an adult character reference, but unfortunately, due to my limitations on my skill and I guess limitations of the material I have at the moment, I decided my character to be a bit young. And of course, what's the point of making your character or VTube character young if I don't have the lore or character lore to support it? So I even made up, of course, a character lore for it. Of course, you'll be wondering what's the character lore of this VTube character. Well, I mostly took a reference, or let's just say that it's heavily based on the Armored Core franchise. See what I mean? I based it mostly on my character on the Mecha franchise, heavily based on Mecha franchise. So I took a lot of inspiration on Mecha franchise. And my character lore will probably be, of course, on the Armored Core franchise. I'll have to heavily base it on that. So there. What else? Oh yeah, in addition, of course, you would be wondering why I took the VTube character in 3D and not on live 2D as what typical VTuber models are. Well, it's also the same thing because of course, the limitations of materials that I have, and not to mention to be direct funds or cash. And probably, I guess I just wanted it to be more pragmatic and practical when it comes to designing, and of course on this matter. For short, let's just say it's part of my creator's liberty kind of thing. And of course, I do consider a lot being pragmatic and practical. That's one mindset that I have in life. I have also in real life. I have to be, of course, pragmatic and practical about VTubing. Although, of course, I have it ruled out to have a 2D, or I dream to have a live 2D model someday, but for now, it's financially not realistic for me to go for the 2D live route. But who knows? Someday I might have the means or capacity to commission an artist for a live 2D. But for now, it's not it's not financially within reach on my pocket right now. Just to be to be practical in it. Of course, financially for me, the price tag of having a 2D live model is very, very out of reach for me. Now, of course, 2D live models are more efficient when it comes to computing power. I could use a lot less complicated computers rather than using a 3D model. But when it comes to, of course, character creation, 3D models are more customizable and modular to create. Of course, there's already VTube Studio or Vroid Studio. That's the thing that I use for character creations. It's very easy to use, by the way. I highly recommend that. It's more like if you play the video game Sims or The Sims from EA. That's the engine is very similar to that, at least on my perspective as a VTuber. Now, of course, you would be asking, what's the purpose of my VTubing vlog? Well, first and foremost, basically, It serves as more like a diary journal entry of sorts on my IRL, IRL life and IRL work. So basically, it's just an extension of my, it's an extension of my IRL videos in my let's face it, IRL work. So I'm gonna include this on of course, this is of course the first channel. On the first channel, I will be including my stuffs about my IRL work, lectures, educational stuffs, etc., and other slice of life related, of course, in real life. It's more of like IRL. I've already mentioned it, of course, it's IRL. So anything that is, of course, in real life, I probably have to put that on my first channel. That's the main purpose of my, VTubing. The second one will be, of course, I'm going on to the VTubing traditions, which is mostly gaming and other entertainment stuff. So as we all know, VTubing is mostly centered, of course, or it mostly makes a lot of, it's mostly centered on video games and entertainment. So that's the second part. So I'll be making two channels separate for it. Now you might ask what's the reason why I separate those two videos or those two types of category. Well, first then the answer to that is simply it's because of copyright strike reasons. In case one of the channel gets taken down for, of course, whatever reason, I still have the other for backup reasons. So in other words, my IRL channel and my gaming channel, VTubing gaming channel, will have to work side by side and in tandem. So just in case, as a security backup feature, I also made and considered, sorry, I talk a lot, but I also make a lot of considerations when it comes to, of course, security and ensuring that my videos, despite being crippled by, let's just say, of course, that's the main reason why I started VTubing. Of course, it's an anti-doxing and anti-harassment kind of stuff thing. That's the main function. So it's really pragmatic that I became a VTuber. It's for pragmatic reasons, of course, pragmatic and practical reasons, and of course security reasons to add as well. So it's a double purpose kind of thing, or triple if you kind of think about it a lot. Where was I? Sorry, I was I was kind of got lost. This is kind of it's kind of to be honest, I'm kind of nervous when it comes to introduction videos because of course I still haven't got used to it, because what I'm talking right now is basically unscripted. So anyway, where was I? Like I said, I was here for, of course, backup reasons, and of course I'm also considering a lot of backup stuff when it comes to VTubing, and I've already made, of course, decided to back up my work on my VTubing videos on several different video platforms as a safety measure. And also one of the backup fail-safe measures that I'm going to implement as well is in my this is just, of course, on my take as a VTubing career, is of course I will be publishing my works on several platforms. Most notably, of course, my main video platform will of course always be YouTube, because YouTube has some sort of monetization. Let's be real here, YouTube has monetization, or of all the video platforms, YouTube has the most effective monetization of videos, and that will be, of course, my main platform for video publishing. But my works will also be available on several video platforms, including Twitch, Kick, and of course Facebook page. And as a backup, in case all of those get taken down, I have two other video platforms that I'll be publishing, although it's not well known. Of course, everybody knows Rumble and Odyssey. Those two will serve as a backup for my video platforms, to ensure that it's best as a VTuber to have multiple video platforms as a backup or publishings. or publish my works on multiple video platforms as a form of to be resilient to censorship and of course takedowns. Of course, we all know what happens on we've already seen it 1,000 times that several VTubers got taken down or deplatformed. And let's just say that as you know, I've been watching and taking notes on what happened, and of course I do not want to end up that kind of scenario, so I also consider that. So I took notes, so that's the main reason why I'm also publishing my VTube blogs on several platforms. So I guess what else is to say? So I guess that is all I have to say for now on my introduction video on my 12 season blog and official start of my VTubing career. Now, if you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know and comment down below. And if it's not asking too much, if it's okay with you, of course, please like my video and subscribe. It's really a big help for me as a content creator and a VTuber. Your support really means a lot to me. So again, this is Operator 214. Have a great day, everyone, and see you soon. See you soon on our journey together as a VTuber. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.